Fun tune. Welcome, everybody, to the Isn't It Romantic Book Club. We are beaming in live here on YouTube. We're also on our Isn't It Romantic Book Club page and in Team Source Books. If you are leaving a comment, make sure, especially if you're commenting on Facebook, leave just a little thing about your name, because sometimes Facebook and StreamYard don't get along, and then we can't see who you are, and it just says Facebook user. So if you're going to do that, today we're going to be here discussing It's All in the Hips by our very own Diana. Wasn't this just a fun, good book?
I loved it.
Loved it. I know. It was so good. It was, Diana, I think it was my favorite one of yours. And I've always loved your dark ones. But then this one, I'm like, oh, I think she just outdid herself.
Yeah, I didn't know she was funny.
Yes. I had the right amount still of that mystery suspense.
Yes. I'm glad there was still suspense lying through it.
Yeah, it was perfect. Yeah. So we'll be talking about that in a minute. And I am, for those of you who don't know, I'm Abbie Roads. I write dangerously dark romance. I tell people, think like an episode of Criminal Minds meets a love story with a twist. I have a little stack of books here. Oh, sorry, let me get this out of here. That's my AARP membership application that they just sent. And I'm like, what fresh hell is this, So here's Dangerous Dreams and Broken Dreams. And I do not have a copy of Shattered Dreams, but here's Defying Evil and Capturing Fate. So that's my books. And my AARP membership.
I've been there.
Yep.
Jenny, you're next.
Oh, me next. Obviously, I have just earned my AARP card. Brain does not work. Sometimes I say things like, oh, I'm listening to my book on tape, and an AARP application just shows up immediately, my doorstep.
They know.
They just know, oh, she's old. We haven't had books on tape.
Right.
Anyway, hi everybody. I'm Jennie Marts, over 50. Over 50 Club. I write small town stories with humor and heart, and occasionally a dead body. So I write a lot of cowboys. I write a lot of seriously hot cowboys. Love to showcase my brand new series that's out right now. Ford, Dodge, and Chevy are three brothers who were named, their mom named them. Whoops, I moved the wrong hand. Their mom named them after the trucks that their individual deadbeat dads drove away from them in, which just hopefully grabs you in the heart. Overdue for Cowboy is the new librarian and a bookworm cowboy. So a lot of wallflowers happening in this series, but I also write cozy mysteries. And I'm super excited because I have a brand new book coming out next week. Kill or Be Killed is the second book in the beekeeping series. Take the Honey and Run is first. Kill or Be Killed comes out next week. If you are watching this and it is before June 3rd, Take the Honey and Run, the Kindle or the ebook copy is $1.99 right now through June 3rd. Oh, wow. So now's the time to grab it on Kindle and read this one before this one comes out. Super excited about all of that and excited to be here to read to talk about Diana's book. I did already read it. So
that's a good sign.
Yeah.
This is all going to go smoothly.
I know. So far, we are off to a great start.
It's the beginning of summer, so I'm going to say.
And I realized I didn't take all the junk off the counter behind me that I meant to swoop off. So it all looked clean. So
that's okay.
We'll just ignore that. Sharon, how about you? Tell us about you, Sharon.
So I apologize, everyone. I am getting over a summer cold. So if I'm feeling much better, but I sound kind of hoarse. So my name is Sharon Wray. I write romantic suspense and contemporary romance and motorcycle club romance. These are my suspense books, the Deadly Force series. I think this one. And these are just think Green Berets and all that ensues, and sexy heroines. But I have my next contemporary romance is coming out in that one summer in 2 weeks. Ooh. An anthology of just summer romances. And so this is in my contemporary Kingsmill series. So I'm very excited about that. Nice. That was really fun. But today we're here to talk about our very favorite Diana. She's, if you didn't know, she's the queen of the channel because she does all the work for us. It wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Diana. So I will read her bio, and we'll just jump right in. Diana Muñoz Stewart is a #1 Amazon romantic suspense author who writes diverse stories with a focus on community, family, and love. Her work has been featured in the New York Times and Entertainment Weekly and has been a book page top 15 romance, Amazon Book of the Month, Amazon Editor's Pick, a Pages from the Heart winner, book page top pick, Golden Heart finalist, Daphne du Maurier finalist, Gateway to the Best winner, and it's reached #1 category bestseller on Amazon numerous times. And I'm also just privileged to call her one of my dearest friends. So let's talk about Diana and her new book, which I absolutely adored. It was just, and I didn't mean
so much.
I didn't mean to say that you weren't funny. Sorry about that.
No.
But your books are not known for being
yeah.
funny. I mean, but you've always had a dry sense of humor. But this was the hero in this was just made me laugh out loud.
Oh, yay. Awesome. I'm so glad. Yeah, I thought he was really funny too. Yeah, I've been accused of being really dark.
Yeah.
I think the last book we did was so dark that everyone was actually saying I was darker than Abbie, which we had to have a little debate.
Yeah, I don't know if I would go that far. Her covers have like a bloody heart on the front. Like,
but they have flowers too.
Yeah. It's a heart organ. Like the heart organ, not like a bloody heart. Like,
it's so cute. Like,
yes, it is cute. I think Abbie wins for dark.
And I have to say, okay, speaking of covers, I love this cover.
I do too.
I love this cover.
You know, my niece designed this cover. She did
the faces.
Artwork on this. So I had gotten the cover from like Adobe or something, and it was just like the shadow outline of a couple, and it just wasn't popping. And so I sent it to her and I said, hey, can you fill this in? And she said, yeah. And so she did the whole thing, and she made it so vibrant and so beautiful. I love it. Absolutely love it.
I love the wraparound on the
Oh, I know. And her little shoe.
Yeah.
It goes
great.
around.
I didn't even notice that.
I know, it's so cute. I love it.
That's
great.
I love that she's wearing the dress.
I do too.
You know, that first competition, and you were talking about the peacock blue and the gold, and I was like, oh, that's the dress on the cover. And you could just totally imagine her sashaying and making those tassels.
You know, and too, like the colors just feel so authentic to the setting, and like on the cover, it just feels so completely authentic to the setting and where it's at and what's happening. And, you know, it is a perfect cover. It really is.
Well, and they have faces. A lot of illustrated books don't necessarily have faces. I much prefer.
She did an amazing job.
She did an amazing job.
Yeah, she's super talented. Samantha Peacock. I'll throw out her name out there.
She did a beautiful,
Harbinger
beautiful
Comics
job.
on Instagram if you want to look her up. But yeah, she did an amazing job.
Yeah.
And Diana, okay, I'm just going to ask, what made you? I know you just you republished your spy series novels, and you've had some darker novels.
Mm-hmm.
This book just always in your head? Had it already been written years ago and stuck under the bed? Like what?
Oh, no. You know what?
Where did this idea come from?
Yeah, I was wanting to ask this too.
You know what? I came up with it. Oh my God, like maybe 2 years ago, something like that. And I was talking to my agent about it, and for some reason, she was just not feeling it. She wasn't feeling it, but I was feeling it. So I thought, well, I'm just going to go ahead and write it the way it's coming through. And, you know, I wanted it to be lighter. You know what? I just feel like we've had such a dark time after COVID and everything. I just wanted to lighten up a little bit and make it a little happier. So, you know, what's more fun than a reality show? Right. And I don't watch a ton of reality shows. I think if you read the book, you think that this lady, all she does is reality shows. But some of my favorites I like to put in there, like the dance competitions and, you know, the fitness competitions, and the food thing was hysterical to me because, you know, have you ever seen that show, Nailed It?
No.
Oh my God, you guys. Well, maybe I do watch too much. But Nailed It is so much fun. It's just like this crazy, wacky show where they try to make these really complex cakes and different things, and it's like the worst bakers you could possibly imagine coming in and doing this, and it's just so much fun, and the hosts are so much fun. So
I thought it would have been construction. When you said Nailed It, I thought it was like construction.
No, it's you all have to look it up because it's been around for a while too.
So Diana, were the things that you talked about in here, were those real shows?
No, they were my imaginary shows,
kind of based on
like a little mixing together.
But the way you talked about the behind the scenes of the production,
exactly,
it sounded. I don't know anything about these shows, but I totally buy it. I mean, like,
oh, thank God.
And I was thinking, my God, did you like talk to somebody who does this? Because this was, I'm like, wow, like my brain never would have come up with this.
Well, you know what?
Detailed about the production and all that.
When they do these reality shows, and I do research, of course, and I, all of that. But when they do these reality shows, a lot of times they will let you get a little bit of behind the scenes, what's happening there. So I used a little bit of that and, my research, and, I'm glad it came off as authentic.
Totally.
Because that's one of the things I was worried about. Like, I'd find myself researching, what do they call those people who carry the wires behind the camera guy? Like, literally those are the words I'm typing in. What do they call that guy?
Well, and I loved the fact that there was a suspense thread. It's one of the reasons why I don't read a lot of just straight up romantic comedies, because I'm always looking for the mystery or the something.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna die right now.
Yeah. The four of us, I think, have that in common. But I it's that just added a whole wonderful depth to the book, having that. I don't want to give it away, but there's a great suspense story through it that just simmers underneath.
Right. And that was hard to balance, because I was thinking, I wanted to, and Abbie, you've talked about this before. You want to have something a little lighter, and then this darkness starts to creep in. And I found myself like really, taking the side characters, the other competitors, and kind of making them, weaving in a little too much darkness around their characters. And I thought, oh God, these guys are all a bunch of jerks. I got to pull back. But yeah.
But he was so charming and so disarming with his self-effacing humor. I think that helped. That's what I think. There was a lot of balance there because of that.
So Diana,
I guess a hero like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. As we're talking about it, why don't you tell everyone what the book is about? You should tell everyone what the book is about. Let's do that.
Okay, so it's a second chance romance set in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and it is our heroine is trying to save her family's business by winning a reality show that happens to have been started by a fling that she had with some guy 12 years prior. So she's going the show hoping to win, and she's got to meet up with this guy who was like the hottest sex she's ever had, and they meet live on air again, and he's shocked to see her there, and sparks fly, and it goes on from that moment.
And I will say, I loved, because it's second chance, right? So they had to be together, and then one of them has to leave. I just loved the reason for the leaving, because it wasn't like, oh, I changed my mind, or what I mean, like it wasn't like a little tiny silly reason.
I was going to say that too. I thought you did a really great job of, because 12 years is a long time, and they had a real true connection. And I thought you did a really good job of giving I don't know if the reasoning is the right word, but explaining and having the motivation and everything behind why they didn't talk for those 12 years.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah. That felt authentic to me.
I agree.
It did very, very
That
much.
was one of the things I worried about, was how to make this guy not seem like a total jerk for just, kind of abandoning her. So you have to understand how devastated he was, and how, the whole impact of it. And, as authors, we're constantly, working our characters or finding out about our characters as we work the story. So hopefully I did a good job of explaining him.
Well,
Oh
and
no, you did.
And I also think like the whole motivation for him to do the reality show in the first place, you know, and like how that comes all full circle at the end. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like
yeah.
just very, very well done. Very well done.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
And I have to ask, I know Mateo was sort of like just her brother and sort of a side character, but is he going to have a book? Like,
you know what? I think this is
kinda
just
the
going to be a
hot older
standalone. This
brother
is,
and, you
yeah.
know.
I loved him. He was so
I
much
loved
fun to
him.
write.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. But you know what? I think it's just going to be a standalone. It's the one and done. And I have a couple of things I'm working on now.
Tell us about him.
Okay. Well, I have a romantic suspense. I started the first in the series, the Bad Legacy series, Broken Promises. And you know what's so funny? Like if you go to reviews on the book, someone has written as one of the reviews, give us the sequel. So, so I really feel for that one person.
You have to write it for them.
I need to get that done. So, but the problem with it is it's a 4-book series. I've envisioned it a 4-book series, but I really have to write the last book before I write the 2 in the middle. So, or at least the ending of the last book. So I have it very tethered and have that all in my head because everything is leading to that place. And, you know, for whatever reason, my brain likes to write the last scene first.
Yeah.
So I have to go through that. So that's something I wanted to work on this year. And I'm also working on another kind of, you know, romantic comedy, lighter than that story, even with less mystery than the one I just wrote. So we'll see how that works. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's fun. It's fun. And I'm so want to tell you everything about it, but I'm going to not, because you know what? There's just something about sharing an idea too soon.
I know.
That for whatever reason, it just spoils the idea or does something in your head. I don't know what it is. I think that's it. Yeah.
It's fun that you're thinking lighter though. And I think you did a really great job. And I have to tell you, I picked this up in the morning and I read for like 2.5 hours straight.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, I did too.
I just was so engrossed in the story. And so I read it in 2 days and 2 mornings.
Oh,
and
that makes me so happy.
I was just really caught up in the story. So
yeah, there's something about this. Like I said, I've always liked your darker books, but I don't know. This one is my absolute favorite for some reason. I plowed through it so fast.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. There's just like magic to this one, you know?
Yeah, there was. And I could really see it in my head. I could see the hips shaking. I could see the tight knit family.
Yeah. The hotel, like the whole shebang. It was very.
I loved her cousin Haiti. Is that what was that?
Ivy, but you know,
Ivy.
I had an aunt, Ivy, and here she was Haiti because that's how you would read her name. But in Puerto Rico, she was Ivy. So I put her in the book, and I did try to like say, well, this is how you pronounce your name. But I thought, you know what? That's just what happens. People just, you know, they pronounce the H. So
and I kept thinking, is she the bad guy? Is she who's
I know. I loved her. Well, Diana, my daughter read all of the Twilight books, and it wasn't until the end of the last book where she said, "Oh, I miss Carlisle." I'm like, who's Carlisle? She didn't know how to pronounce the name Carlisle.
Oh.
So it doesn't matter. She still loved the books.
Yeah, I have no problem with people mispronouncing that. And I think that she was a character, and I really did. So she passed, my aunt passed, and she was a character when she was around, and she was just kind of a firecracker who told it just like it was. And so I really did bring her to life in this story. Like, so she sometimes people would be offended by her bluntness or, her humor. But in the end, I think, everybody realized she had a really good heart. She was a good hearted person. So.
Yeah. I really liked her. At the beginning, I didn't, but at the end, I really liked her a lot. And I thought you did a really great job of bringing in, the true feeling of like the Spanish speaking, but without making somebody that didn't speak Spanish feel like we didn't get what you were saying. Like you did a really good job of kind of balancing out and making somebody else respond so that we knew exactly what that meant. I thought that was
I'm
really
so
good.
glad that you said that, because so when I grew up, my mom is from Puerto Rico and my dad is from Spain, and they were both born. My mom was born in Puerto Rico and my dad was born in Spain, and they speak Spanish, and their family speaks Spanish, but I was not a good Spanish speaker growing up. And of course, people in my family would be like, "What's with you? Why don't you speak better Spanish?" And I would listen a lot, but I just still have issues with Spanish. So I wanted to make sure that people who were reading it didn't have that same kind of feeling that I had, that shame of would the family would be pointing and yelling at my mom for not teaching me correctly.
Do your kids speak Spanish?
My kids don't, but a lot of my siblings do. So yeah, skipped me.
Well, you did a good job with it.
Oh, thanks.
It felt authentic. It felt really real.
Well, I mean, I reached out to my brother and I reached out to my sister and, my mom, of course. And then my mom is so funny because I would call her up and I'd say, "So how would you say this?" And she would tell me, and then I would repeat it. And I could almost hear her rolling her eyes. And then she would say it with the correct, pronunciation. I'd say, "I just need the words, okay?" It's gonna be.
Well, and I think because I'm not bilingual, but I think bilingual people, I mean, when I hear them speak, a lot of times they do mix both together, like so much. And you can always kind of understand what they mean by the context of the sentence. So I just felt like that was very authentic.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I thought this book too had the same wonderful tone that you had in your holiday novella.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
I think so too.
Yeah, the tight-knit family, all of it. Just the
okay, so
quite sure.
Dude, we have to talk about this whole exercise program. Like,
I want an Icarus machine.
Whole new exercise program that you like came up with. You have a name for it. You have a style for it. Did you make that all up?
Well, my knees did, Jenny, because I have always exercised. I love to exercise. I used to be a huge runner, believe it or not. I used to go out and run like 14 miles and not blink. But my knees, as I've gotten older, are like, okay, stop. So I was thinking, wouldn't it be fun if there was an exercise equipment where you could still be really active, but you wouldn't like break your knees,
Yeah.
So that's where that came from. Yeah.
But the name of it, what is it? Ballast. What's the name of the
Baylor size?
Baylor size. Is that what it is?
Yes. 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 But I was thinking you were saying Icaro.
I want one of those.
Yeah.
And I feel like there kind of is that happening right now in a lot of gyms where they've got the big
the ropey things.
The things hanging down. You're kind of jumping around and kind of feel like you're flying. But
those things look really cool. I would love to actually try that. And have you ever been to or seen a Pink concert? Like she does something like that, which I just think is so cool.
Oh, wow.
It's on my bucket list. A Pink concert is on my bucket
you
list.
have to do a Pink concert.
Yeah, I went.
Same here.
She was just here. Like she was in Colorado earlier this year. And I was going to go and the tickets were like $800 and I just couldn't.
Wow. You weren't that
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I love her.
Front row? That's crazy.
Couldn't. No, not even front row.
Wow.
So what about the Baylor size, the like dance exercise thing?
Did
you
with
make that up?
Yeah, it's almost like a play on Zumba. Zumba?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Sure. So that was actually, I think that originated in Puerto Rico or in Latin America, and they used to use like a boomba drum with that, and so I just kind of played off that. kind of. So that itself was. I thought you were talking about the equipment, the flying equipment.
I was talking about both.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, the equipment.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so I think that because it was everybody was so active in that novel that I really felt like I got to get up and move. Like I've been sitting here for how long have I been sitting here?
How long did it take you to write this book?
So I started working on it was it November of 23?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty quick.
Yeah.
You're turning to Jennie.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly, I can't remember how long it took me. So
Did you
but I think I had an outline of it, and then yeah.
So this was more plotted than pantsery.
Yeah, definitely. And one of my favorite scenes, though, the scene where they dance. They have that dance competition. That was one of the first things I'd ever envisioned happening in this book. So I think I almost wove the entire book around that scene because I saw that, envisioned it so clearly in my head.
Can you dance?
No, I'm a terrible dancer, Sharon. It's so funny. My mom is a fantastic dancer, and I remember when I was little, she would dance all around the kitchen, but I am not a great dancer.
I was just dancing around my kitchen this morning with my dog. So
Aww.
I wouldn't say I'm a great dancer, but I am a dancer. I think.
How does one dance with their dog?
Well, she wasn't dancing back. She was just looking up at me. I was singing to her.
I thought you maybe were holding.
No, I was eating yogurt and dancing as I let her outside and then dancing back across the room. There was a good song on. I was just dancing.
Oh, that's so cute.
I was not dancing back. Yes, I'm very talented dog. She was doing a little salsa.
Well, I've seen those dogs at the dog show. I mean, this, I know. There's no end to what you can train a dog to do.
No, I'm an empty nester. I have no kids at home. Like I just talk to my dogs. I dance with them. I converse. I ask them questions. Like they're my only company. So,
but you're traveling a lot. Every time I turn around, you're going somewhere.
I know.
That's so funny. I feel like I don't ever go anywhere. I mean, I'm going somewhere tomorrow. But I feel like
you in Florida recently?
What?
You were in Florida too, right? Recently?
Well, that was like back in February.
Oh, okay.
Only a few months ago.
Diana, are you doing any book signings this year? Last year.
Yeah, you know what? I was actually scheduled to appear at Steamy Lit Con, and I was super excited about it. I had already picked up my books, and I have them here. I was super excited about it. And I shouldn't say but like this, but fortunately, my nephew is getting married on the exact, so he's getting married on August 2nd, and his reception is August 3rd, which there's like a whole day in between because they're taking place in 2 different states. And so, so I get to, how exciting that he's getting married. And to
that's
his
wonderful.
High school, college sweetheart. I know, and they're great together. They're absolutely adorable. So it just happens to be on the exact same days as Steamy Lit Con. So I had to, just this morning, I just had to write them a letter and say, I'm sorry, I have to withdraw. But, how about you guys? Are you doing any conventions?
I signed up for a business one next year, the Writer MBA one in New Orleans. That's next March. That's only for 3 days, but it's a writery, businessy stuff. So if any of you want to join me.
Well, that sounds fun.
We should talk.
Oh, yeah.
I wish. I'm doing some local stuff, Mountain of Authors, and I'm doing some local things. And I'm doing the virtual Inkers Con, which get a little plug for that. But I don't have
What is that, Jennie? Virtual Inkers Con.
Inkers Con is Alessandre Torres.
Yeah, it's really good.
Conference. And
the virtual ones are good. I've done them before.
Yeah. The sale price is happening for one more day, so I'll give you the info.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I was just asking in our group the other day, is anybody going to conventions, or have you been to good conventions? And somebody commented, I wish, I just don't know where they are anymore. I don't know where
me
they're taking
too.
place.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, wouldn't that be a great thing for us to start to get together? I mean, we have all these people in the group. Why don't we start asking them where they're going, and then just have Michelle, hi, Michelle, help us compile all of these? Because I think that would be a great thing to have in our group.
I
under
think so
files
too.
or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. So we have so many resources we have to really tap for our book clubbers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What about you, Abbie? Are you going anywhere?
I am not. They don't have a whole lot around here, and the ones that they do have seem slightly snobby towards romance authors, you know.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I showed up, nobody would, you know, they'd all hold their nose up in the air,
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
stink or something. So there's just not enough around here in Ohio.
Is
So-
Lori's near you? Where does Lori
Lori
Foster
is down south. I'm in Central Ohio, and she's in Southern Ohio.
Oh,
So
okay. All right.
hers is the best one that's around in Ohio, I would say. Hers is probably the best one. But
All right. Well, we're going to do that next year, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
We'll
cross
have
your
it, yeah, definitely.
fingers. So hopefully we'll be there next year.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, but you in the comments, as people watch us, I'd love to know, we'd all love to know where you're going. If you already know what conferences you're going to, what reader groups. I wish there was, this is the librarian in me, I wish there was like an aggregated list somewhere. All of them.
Sharon, I see an opening for you.
Yeah, this sounds like a job for Sharon, doesn't it?
Your next passion project.
Right.
I know.
But wouldn't it
Exactly.
be nice to have like just a list, no
Yeah.
link, right? Nothing else, just a list and a link by month of all of the reader conventions around.
You know, I think it's kind of thrown all of us off because we no longer have Book Lovers Con, and we no longer have RWA, and those are big book signings, you know, and big reader events. And I just feel like that sort of, you know, it's like without those, I feel like they were anchors.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And you know, RWA had so much information that it shared with so many people. So,
And there's been so many bad experiences with some of the smaller conventions.
Yeah.
On the author
No.
side.
I don't understand that.
That I think a lot of authors are just nervous. They don't know how well it's because I have to say RWA ran a fabulous book signing.
Mm-hmm. They did. They did.
With 4,000 authors in one room. I mean, I don't know how they did it, but with an army.
Right, and you
of
know,
authors-
you just took it for granted.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they had, and so did Book Lovers and RT. Romantic
Yep.
Times. They had it down. I just don't know where those planners have gone. They all
They're
retired.
tired. They're napped.
Tired. Yeah.
They got their AARP cards and they're
well, Davy VidCon is really fun too. It's like a smaller convention, and I really felt like you got to interact with the readers, and it wasn't overwhelming. So
Is that
That-
the
it
one
was
in
very
is in
enjoyable.
California?
yeah, Anaheim. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yes. So check it out if you get some time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And I think the pandemic for me, like kind of when I had to stay home, because I was used to traveling like twice a year, like once for Book Lovers Con and once for RWA. And then when both of those were gone, and I thought, oh my God, look how much money I'm saving.
Yes. No kidding.
I don't
That's
even care about
true.
that. I miss it so much. I see the memories of like the Facebook
Mhm.
memories of all these traveling things, and I'm like, oh, I was such a go-getter. I was like
I
such
know.
a jet setter,
Mm.
and so fun. And we met each other in these
What?
things, and
Yeah.
we all value this female friendship so much, and the friendship of other writers. And it was just so fun to be in that
That
atmosphere.
community is a huge part of writing.
Yes.
I mean, it really is, because a lot of what you do is all by yourself. So to be able to see people and interact with people makes such a huge difference,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and not having that. And it's funny because I was just thinking the other day, like, I don't even remember why I started writing. I think I started writing because my kids were little and I needed an outlet. You know, I was kind of trapped at home. But I asked myself, well, why are you still writing? Like, because everything has changed so much, right?
Mhm.
Everything has changed so much. And I think it's really just the love of craft and the love of creating that. And, you know, to do that by yourself is one thing, but to share that with you guys, to be able to talk to you guys monthly and to talk to the readers monthly and to share people who, you know, share with people who love books. I mean, that makes a huge difference. That really keeps me going, you know.
Yeah, and you know, right, you're right, Jenny, too. Like I miss because I would hang out with you guys at conferences. Like that was, you know, I mean, there are memories that I've seen of me, Sharon, and Jenny, the blonde trio, somebody named us when we were hanging around. You know, I remember going on the ghost tour and with Diana and Sharon. Like there are just so many things that we all just did together at these.
I was thinking about that ghost tour New Orleans that was a source book. We did it for it was with other source books authors, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was other source books authors. Yeah. So
and then we all went to dinner afterwards.
Oh, that was a ball.
Yeah, I mean,
that was.
Yeah,
really,
I mean, we
really
just
fun.
had such a good time. So I do miss that, but I am saving money.
I am too.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
all
for-
about.
For 2025, if we go to Lori's, we'll do something fun for all the
Yeah.
readers.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That would
Oh
be
yeah,
really,
that's a
really
great
fun.
idea.
Yeah.
Great
You
idea.
know, maybe we should plan to do something, the four of us, like, and maybe go somewhere, meet in the middle-ish, you know, and maybe, I don't know, do a signing, the four of us at some bookstore or
That would be
something,
fun.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Ask the readers where they're at,
Mhm.
what they want to do. That would
Yeah.
be a ball.
Yeah.
That would be
And
a lot of
we're
fun.
doing something for the summer book club, aren't we?
Oh,
Yes.
we are. Good thinking to bring that up. We definitely need to mention the summer book club. It starts next week, and every week through August, a different author will be offering a free ebook to anyone who wants it, but it's only offered for that week. And you have 2 weeks to leave a review. And if you leave a review, you are then eligible to win a prize from the author.
Right.
And you just have to fill out a form, like with a link to your review that you left. And then the very next week, another author will be giving you another free book. And you also have another couple weeks to leave a review. And then
a free book every week for the entire summer. No strings attached. You get the free book no matter what.
Yeah, even if you don't
want
leave-
to. Right.
Yep.
If you don't leave a review, that's okay. You just, go on your merry way. You get the free book no matter what. But if you do leave a review,
we're eligible for
pop
prizes.
a link into a little form that we'll give everybody, and then you will be eligible to win prizes from each of the authors. So every week, a new author, every week, a new prize.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll have lots of freebies and fun reads and
Yeah.
And
I'm super
we,
excited. I think I'm first up.
I think
So-
you are. The four of us are January or June. Like the four of us are doing June. So it'll be each one of us will be offering a free book each week through June. So
have you all chosen your books yet?
Yeah. I don't know if I have mine around here.
well, do I? What book
It'll
am
be
I?
a surprise.
Yeah, I was
I'm not up
trying to-
first, so I'm not going to worry about it till next
Yeah.
Mine is Shattered.
Karen barely thought of it. Yeah.
Mine is Shattered Dreams, but that's
And
what-
and so I'm doing Fighting Fate, and I think I'm doing a $20 or $25 gift card as my prize. So yeah, so read the free book, and if you write a review, or if you've already read it and have a review out there, then just pop a link to that review that you already have, and counts.
Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
good. That's good to mention that, because some of you have already left reviews for our books. So you are still eligible, even if you've already left a review. You just have to pop the link in. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're trying to like create that fun feeling, when we were in summer in school and we got to do the summer book club where we get prizes for reading books. And so that's what we're attempting to create.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be fun.
And
It's
how
gonna
many
be a fun
authors
summer.
total, or how many authors total in the group that are giving away? How many books are we giving away for free? 12?
There's
13?
12 or 13. Yeah. Yeah.
something like that.
And then
Yeah.
we're so very organized. But a lot of free books, people. That's
Yeah.
the point.
Well, it's a new free one each week. So, I mean, I feel
Each
like
week for the entire summer. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And then at the end of the summer, we have the Fall into a Book giveaways coming right up in September. So you all are going to be spoiled with books.
yeah. Oh yeah. Fall into a book
Prizes.
coming. That's the big
Okay,
thing.
we're not going to talk about fall. We can't.
I was
talk
just
about
gonna say too much
Summer
trauma.
just started. And summer's my favorite season. So
I know. I'm so excited that it's so sunny and beautiful out here today, and it's not hot. It's like the perfect temperature.
Great.
After this, I'm going outside just to be out there.
So Diana, what is on your reading list for the summer? Do you have a one, or what are you reading right now?
What am I reading right now? I was reading something by Sarah Maas.
A Court of Thorns and Roses. Didn't I
Yes.
see you reading that? Yes.
Yes. So I've been popping in and out of that, and also reading a couple books by Thich Nhat Hanh because I'm trying to like lower my blood pressure. So yeah, what are you guys reading?
I'm reading one called Gray. Is it Gray Matter? Dark Gray Water, something. But
Dark
like,
Matter by Blake Crouch.
no,
Is it the Blake Crouch one?
Gray After Dark. I just looked up by Noelle
Gray
Illy. And I read a thriller by her before called Ask for Andrea.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so good. And I saw this one. It was on a deal. So I ended up getting, and I just started it like today. So
Fun.
I anticipate it'll be very good.
Well, I don't know if you guys are like me, but like a vacation book is like a really, like you have to pick. It takes a lot for me to pick like the vacation books. And I can't just bring one because I'm going to be gone for a week. So I have to have like at least 3 books plus my Kindle just to make sure that I don't run out of books. Because, I have 1,000 books on my Kindle, but, we don't want to run out of an actual hardback. So my kids just gave me, I'm looking over at my stack over there. My kids just gave me Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I love her. So I'm taking that one. It's on my stack right here. And my computer is sitting on top of it. How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kyung is Reese Witherspoon's book club. New book club.
Oh,
And that's a really neat title.
Yeah, isn't that a fun one? And I think I'm bringing Abby Jimenez's what's her new one about just a day in the summer or something? Oh, and I'm bringing Good Half Gone by Taryn Fisher, a domestic thriller. So I read a lot of mysteries and thrillers. I really like a great domestic thriller. So I got to bring a thriller and an Emily Henry for sure.
Sharon?
How about you, Sharon? What are you reading?
I am actually reading Lassiter, which I haven't read yet, by J.R. Ward. I'm a little bit behind. I know. I'm a little bit behind on. I think there's another book after that. I can't remember. I've got them all. I'm reading that one, but I want to finish it because as soon as I've got Kill or Be Killed coming. So as soon as I'm done with this, I want to jump into Jennie's. So after that, I'll probably make sure I'm caught up with the J.R. Ward books that I've gotten.
Yes.
I love paranormal romance, and I have 2 Christine Fians waiting, but I can't remember which ones they are.
Nice.
But paranormal romance for me is like I just love reading paranormal. Oh, I also have a Lisa Reagan book I've started, an older one.
Oh,
I can't remember the name. Sorry.
Her new one just came out and I like devoured it. It was
I loved it. But I realized there's like 6 I don't think I've missed somehow in the.
Oh, she's fantastic.
This was book 20.
I know. Isn't it exciting? Wow.
Yeah, and
and she told us how many she plans for the series, but I can't remember. Like 32, was it, or something?
Yeah.
Well, and last week I read Lessons in Chemistry. Speaking of being behind, I finally got to read Lessons in Chemistry, and I finished it in like 2 days, and then watched the Apple series, which was kind of fun.
See, I didn't watch the series. I just read the book. How was the series?
It was good, but they made some significant changes.
Oh,
They
really?
always do.
But it was still good. It was worth a watch. And my husband obviously hadn't read the book, so he was like, that was a great series. But I really love
Okay.
the book.
All right, I'll check out the series.
So, yeah.
Speaking of books, Diana, like who's like your top like auto buy? You don't even have to know what it's about author that you're just gonna like buy it and read it no matter what.
I
Excluding
know, I had,
us, of course.
of course, of course. You know what? I just think Rachel Kane.
Oh, that series is a good one.
Yeah, but she's not writing anymore, obviously. But yeah, Nora Roberts. Love
Nora.
her.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
Nora. We just,
I
you know,
know.
of course.
And she always gets me because it's, you know, BookBub sends me a thing saying, "Hey, this is on sale," and I'm like, "Okay."
Take my money.
They shouldn't
Right,
even ask. They should
exactly.
just send it and charge you,
Yeah,
right?
right here. Sharon, that is such a great idea. Just don't even ask. Just
Just
charge
send it.
me. Yeah. Should have that option
Yes.
for authors.
That's funny because I
Love
have
it.
Legacy queued up on my Kindle. So when I'm at the pool, I'll be able to read the paperback. But when I'm, you know, just in the plane, I'll have my Kindle book. So I'm reading it. I'm gonna read a Nora Roberts book on the plane.
See? Well, that'll be fun. I hope you have a wonderful vacation.
Yeah, I hope you do too.
And thank you, everyone, for reading my book and for, you know, enjoying
Oh,
it
it was
and talking
wonderful,
about
Diana.
It was.
Really
Well,
fun.
I appreciate it. I really do. And we're going to continue the fun next month, the group fun, when we discuss Jennie's book, Kill or Be Killed. I was going to say Be Killed. Kill or Be Killed. Be Killed.
I can't wait.
I know.
can't
Yeah,
wait.
I love that cover. Yeah, I'm
And
super
Jennie,
I
excited
do
about it.
too. It's so me. It's so pink.
It is so you. I love the
and-
dog looking through the window.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh,
So it's the second book in the beekeeping series. And Diana, you will especially love it because it's, you know, we were just talking about how you love reality shows, and there's a cook-off contest in it that's very similar to the Great British Bake Off. And
How fun. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And it
So
comes
it's
out on
exciting.
Tuesday, Jennie?
It comes out on Tuesday. Yep.
Okay, good.
All right. Well, looking
wait.
forward to it. And we will see everyone at the end of the month and more details on the summer book club to follow. And Sharon, did you say how many books you're releasing this year? Because I know you mentioned something about you have at least 2, right?
I have a full-length novel coming out at the end of the year, and I think at least 6 novellas.
Wow.
Holy
Sharon, you go.
It depends. So, because I've got stuff in with my agent, so it kind of everything gets pushed aside for whatever she wants.
Super exciting. That's super exciting.
Thanks.
All right. Because every time I turn around, it looks like Sharon's got another cover. I'm like, what the? I can't keep up with you. You're challenging Jennie here.
Well, but they're novellas. I shouldn't say but they're novellas.
No, don't.
I love the novellas because as I'm writing stuff for my agent and writing the longer books, it keeps me engaged. Like, like, oh, I could just write 5,000 words today on this. Like, you know, it's like a side project. And it takes the stress off the others.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun. Well, good for you.
And they're fun.
And they're all so
really
much fun. They are so much fun. And the covers to die for. I love them.
So thank you.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you soon.